What's up, Warrior fans? I know you're frustrated, but we're at that point. The Warriors are emphasizing patience. And us Warriors fans, I don't know if we have any left. We've been told so many different things, and I'm going to get into them right now. Make sure to check out my videos, my previous live streams, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Authentic Take. Let's get into this, man. So got my little notes here, but so first, I know we're gonna go and jump on Mike Dunleavy Jr.'s back, and I feel like sometimes he gets a bad rap, but also I think he kind of does it to himself too. He's not completely innocent, and I feel like people might undervalue the move that he already made with Jimmy Butler. That's big, and the only reason we really got him because he was projected at the trade deadline to go to Phoenix for the most part. I mean, he was even coloring his braids, the Phoenix Suns colors. So the fact that we got Jimmy Butler is a kudos to Mike Dunleavy Jr. and for the fact that they were teammates. Like they were boys with the Chicago Bulls. So that relationship, I feel like single handedly got Mike Dunleavy the edge to, bring Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. So that I feel like he gets kudos for. And I feel like he gets a bad rap because he really inherited like a horrible damn problem that Bob Myers left behind. And the whole thing that kind of pisses me off about the Bob Myers stuff right now is that, oh, he just goes to 76ers and he's just getting accolades now because he's bringing in Jaylen Brown and LeBron James. And it's kind of ridiculous because, yes, he did that. He drafted great for us. I mean, Steph, Clay, Dre, you know, but also after the championships, Bob Myers left because he didn't want to deal with the goodbyes or the maybe you got to part ways with like maybe Clay or Draymond. He didn't want to do that. So he didn't want to do his GM job to fulfillment. You can't just have all the the highlights and the positivity. You got to deal with the negative and go through the hard times. So he's just jumping where it's good, and he's good at his job. So I don't want that to be, misleading in what I'm talking about. But also, he left, and his little boy in training was Mike Dunleavy Jr. So he was left with this whole mess. And while he's not making like crazy moves, he still got Jimmy Butler. And the things where I think he does it to himself is, the whole press conference thing when he was like acting like he wasn't, inquiring about trading Draymond when we were going after Giannis at the trade deadline. And I just felt like he was a little weirdo. Like when the whole world knew that he was inquiring and, Draymond or Jimmy had to be on the table, to make a Giannis type trade. And he was getting all like testy with the media that was saying, so when you got to package Draymond, so and so and so, and he's like, why would you say that? I don't know where you're getting that from. Getting all butthurt because you're caught. So, he does it to himself, and I think deep down he's probably a good GM, but it's time to you got to make moves, and you can't just let Steph Curry just waste away, and that is what's happening right now. Which I don't see how he just doesn't waste Steph in the rest of his career. Honestly, And honestly, the way it looks from the outside and from the Warriors fans is that the post Steph era is already like in motion. So, Yaxel's a good piece. Got rid of that, Kaminga like stigma. Um, and we're keeping all our picks, which is not a bad thing. I don't want to make it like it is, but you know, you, I feel like we're caught in the middle. Like, what are we doing? Are we trying to maximize Steph, which I think Steph deserves, or are we trying to go post Steph? You gotta like tell people like the fans and let them know where you're going because we're like, oh yeah, it looks like they're going that way. Oh, it looks like they're going that way. We have no idea. And granted, I guess the GM and the front office don't have to tell us nothing, but it would be nice to let your fan base know where you're going so we don't look at you like, man, you don't know what the hell you're doing. So it's very confusing, and just to me, I just really feel like I see the post Steph era like in full flux right now. And as far as this season, Draymond declined the $27.7 million option, and then he agrees to the $27.7 million option. Like, just because LeBron didn't come, why are we signing him to that full extent? By him signing that now means the Warriors season is over already. Like, Steph is incredible, but he cannot carry this team by himself. And by himself, I mean Draymond on the court, he's still carrying it by himself. Like, to me, last season, the Draymond highlights was him bitching at Steph Kerr and running off the court, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's woke. He's grown," but he was still acting like a little punk. And what else did he do last year? Oh, he had a great game, a regular season game against Wemby. Good job. What happened to the other 81 games? And then I gotta say, I was really pumped. He had a great game against Kawhi, in the play-in, and that was great. But we're talking about very minimal instances that Draymond impacts the game. But let's give him almost $28 million, and that's not me knocking Draymond, but he's more harm than he is good these days to the franchise. Let's just be real. He could cry, go on his podcast and say, "Man, y'all don't know what you're talking about." But it's honest. If he was the GM, he would not invest in him in this year either. So I don't know why we're doing it. And when the last time Draymond got ejected, in I don't remember where it was. It was one of the last regular season games, and he walks by Mike Dunleavy, and Mike Dunleavy just looks at him like, "You're so gone next year." At least that's what I thought he was doing. And now this guy doesn't do anything. I thought he'd be so ready to get rid of this guy. But and just as far as the Warriors in a whole, it's like two off seasons and we have one new guy on our team. And that was last year with Al Horford. What are we doing? Like, you got to give the Warriors fans some kind of hope because, like, I might be watching more Valkyries games this year, honestly. And they're doing pretty good right now. So, but I just I just don't get it. Like, because Valkyries are a professional team, no matter if you like the WNBA or not. But like the Warriors product that they got right now is a JV team. And why do you want to watch that? Why do you want to pay these lucrative priced tickets on a game to game basis for a JV team? Just go to your local high school and watch high school basketball. Like, it's I'm lost at what they're doing, honestly. And just to leave off on the Draymond extension, he declined and then he signed the same thing. And they said that they were like pessimistic about getting LeBron. Well, then obviously he declined just to buy time so the media, the fans wouldn't turn on this front office because obviously they had no moves in their back pocket. Oh, we re-signed Al Horford. We re-signed Porzingis. I like the Porzingis, signing, but um, and we locked down Melton. I was just so feeling good about the fact that we weren't going to retain him, and then that was our big signing. Breaking news: Golden State Warriors. DeAndre or DeAnthony Melton. I don't know his first name. Whatever. Um, but it was Draymond declining was just the buy time, and then he signed a day after him going. Warriors haven't offered me a contract. Just that was the period of time that he just gave the Warriors front office some breathing room, some non-pressure, and his reward was you'll just get your whole extension, buddy. So I just think that was all like a facade and stuff, a smoke screen, if you want to call it that. And the big news for the Warriors or the big rumor mill is that, Steph Curry has an extension or he's extension eligible coming up on, I think, August 26th, which I believe he deserves the whole thing. I would have just kind of gave Draymond less. Why not just at least give Draymond like 18 to 20 for this year, save a little, and then maybe get like one other piece to be a legible team? But anyway, I believe Steph deserves that whole thing. I got to think he's going to take the whole contract. But now he has leverage. He could say, nah, I'm not signing that. Or let me wait a little before I sign that. Y'all show me the team that you're going to put around me, or I ain't coming. Um, or I'm not coming, I'm not signing. And maybe I put in a little request, even though I'll break down in tears if he ever puts in that request, honestly. Just being real. Um, And so that's the leverage Steph Curry has right now, and this might be the first time in his career that he actually uses it. And everybody says he's quiet and everything, and this is one way to you know be outspoken and kind of force the Warriors' hands, which I think would be really good, and the Warriors fan base needs it right now. But if he does delay the contract, the extension, then going into the next offseason, Draymond will be a free agent, Steph will be a free agent, and Jimmy will be a free agent. And the majority of the money will be off the books, and we will have 100 million on our off our books that we could toy with, throw it around to whoever we need to make our team better. So next season is really where it's at. So unfortunately for us Warriors fans, we might be just stuck with this product right now, and it sucks. But like I said, the Warriors are emphasizing patience. And I feel like the Warriors fans, we've been patient the past 2 years, and hey, this is what you got to look forward to. You still gotta wait 82 games. So I just guess Steph is like the only draw out here now. But and also Brandon Podemski is also um, extension eligible. But do you pay him now or do you go another direction? My opinion is he doesn't hold enough weight. I know Steve Kerr likes him, but just if it's to keep the franchise alive, and going in the right direction, you can't extend him or lowball him. Because he's not having superstardom or anything. I feel like his rookie season was his best season, and then he got expectations, and he hasn't fulfilled them. So, and Steve Kerr likes him, but Steve Kerr has been yelling at him crazy for the past 2 years, even though he likes him. So, I don't know. I I'm frustrated, and I know you guys are too. But that's my little tutelage tonight. Tell me if you agree. Drop your opinions in the comments. I know you guys are frustrated just like me, but what could we do? But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps the channel. And this has been the Authentic Take. Warriors fans, I'm out.